Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Magical Diary Wolfle. So, we had an interesting episode last time. We agreed to do joint presidency with Minnie Cochran. We spent all of our money on campaign materials. We picked the Golden Eagle name, and we are now president with Minnie Cochran. But after she asked Professor Potsdam to do what it was that she wanted to do, which was to enlighten the wild seeds into the magical customs, such as the Seining and the Three Kindred. Professor Potsdam shot her down, and Minnie became quite upset and ran out. So, hopefully we'll get to learn a little bit more about that a bit later. But it's also kind of clear that Minnie is involved with Jacob currently. We also know that Kyo from Jim also wishes to engage with Minnie as well. So Minnie, this is going to be an adventure, Minnie. Just letting you know. Out of habit, I look for the allowance before remembering that I won't be receiving one until I paid off my advance. As I'm getting ready to go out for the morning, there's a knock on the door. That's probably William coming to congratulate me. I step outside. Kyo. Hello? You arsehole. I knew you liked her, and now you swept in and stole her away. What? Minnie, I didn't... This is a classic move. Joining her interests, finding an excuse to spend time with her. Now you'll be her first love, and I'm just the guy she met once long ago and forgot about completely. You had plenty of time. Look, man, if you wanted her, you had plenty of time to ask her out. I didn't stop you. I even tried to give you advice, sincerely. If you didn't try, or you tried and failed, you can't blame me for that. He sighs. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was never meant to be. I always thought, if I had just the chance to show her how much she meant to me, maybe it was never my destiny to be at her side. Maybe I was only meant to love her from a distance. I'm not sure that makes any more sense than his earlier ideas did. You'd just better take good care of her. Minnie deserves to be treated like a princess for the rest of her life. If you hurt her, I will make you pay. Right. Apparently satisfied, he walks away. What should I do today? Study, of course. Minnie Cochran is assisting students in the library. Hello, Charles. Thank you for the flowers. Flowers? Wasn't the congratulations bouquet from you? Someone sent her flowers? It might have been from the school officials, but they didn't send any to me. It was my cat. What do you want? Every time he steps in that bag. I should move that bag. Yep. Tennis? What do you want? Hey? Listen. I fed you, and the window's open, and we had cuddle time earlier. We can't do cuddle time right now, okay? Okay, he's just very interested in the bag, I guess. Anyway, it was probably Kyo making one last romantic gesture before giving up on his dream girl, or maybe it was Jacob, I don't know. We could take the credit, or we could deny responsibility. Honestly, I feel like the truth is the way to go, but I will save here. This is one of those questions, okay. Did I send the flowers? Deny responsibility. Sorry, no, it must have been somebody else. Oh, can I help you with anything? About what happened yesterday. She shakes her head. I don't want to talk about those things here. I need to be available to help people study. Right. We discussed principles of green... Tennis? Wait. Hold on 1 second. I don't know why, but he likes this bag. It is filled with empty boxes, so I do kind of need to clean my room out, but... hey. Minnie and I discussed the principles of green magic. Smart and green magic increased by 1, stress increased by 4. Alright, cool. William's here. Hey. Congratulations on becoming president. Well, co-president. You're setting a lot of records here. First exchange student, first freshman with his own room, first person to share the presidency. I might not be the first, just the first you know about. And modest, too. You've established yourself pretty well here. I guess you don't need a nursemaid anymore, huh? Nursemaid? Takes me a moment to put it together. The elections are over. That means someone else is senior class president, and William no longer has any official duties like helping me. Yeah. I thought now that you're not so busy with student council activities, we might hang out or something. I've always kind of wondered what you do on weekends. Study. It's not very interesting. You're a wolf. I refuse to believe that you study all the time. Well, senior secrets, you know. We have more on our minds. And more need of some time to relax, I would think. I'm sure I'll see you around, but you'd do better spending time with your classmates. And don't forget your own student council responsibilities, or Minnie will have you strung up by your thumbs. She doesn't seem that vicious. I'm not saying anything. I'll catch you later. He heads off to his room. Alright. At the end of the week, we are reviewing. I am going to go into the next week. On Monday morning, I come out of the room into the middle of a conversation. Have to help me. You could have let me carry the bucket myself. I probably wouldn't have spilled it. You shouldn't have filled it so full. Hey, it's cool. His shoes look better that way anyway. Oh, is that what happened to grabbing his shoes? I should have guessed. Yeah, but how am I gonna earn the mirrors back? I asked you if you wanted to help me with the gardening. Isn't there something easier? How can gardening be hard? We only had to dig holes in the mud. Something not dirty? How's mud dirtier than dirty dung? Something else. Ugh. Try the library. Postum sometimes pins up requests in the back. Back of what? Back of the library. Like I just said? Right. Oh, Luke. I leave them to sort out their plan while I try to decide on my schedule for the week. I want a strong. That's what I want to do. I want a strong and strong. I'll do one blue magic. Let's rest first. We'll do strong, blue magic, and blue magic. Sleeping success. As I head back to my room, I hear someone coughing. I don't think anything of it until it repeats louder and obviously fake, and I look up and see Luke leaning against the wall, his eyes twitching nervously back and forth. Are you okay? He gulps. Charles? Yeah? Can you tell me how to find the library? He doesn't know where it is. I guess, but why didn't you ask Donald? I don't want him to think I'm stupid. He always gets things faster than I do. Sometimes I don't even know what he's talking about. Yep. So I have to fake it. Sometimes I don't know what he's talking about either. I don't get his references because I'm not from here, so I just ask. I don't think he'd be mean about it. You know, considering my character's from Europe. He has very good English. Though they might speak very good English in Ilyara. Plus he is also a noble, so he probably knows several languages. No, that is the case, because remember in the first playthrough he said a lot of Spanish and European language terms. Oh my goodness, hold on. Yep, that was my phone. I apologize for that. How unprofessional of me, how rude. I hate being the dumb twin. It's not dumb to not know things if nobody told you them in the first place. That's a very smart sentence. Hold on, let's try that again. It's not dumb to not know things if nobody told them to you in the first place. So, can you tell me how to find the library? Come on, I'll show you. I lead Luke into the library. Here you go. Books, magazines, and the librarian, Miss Darden. Hi. Haven't you been here before, child? No. I see. That must have been your brother. Yeah. He heads off into the back and promptly swings his arm into the magazine rack, knocking several issues onto the floor. Oh, sorry. Lord have mercy. He scrambles around to pick up everything that he dropped. Just gonna turn my phone on silent here. I did not expect a phone call right now. How do I turn this on silent? Hold on. Oh, sound options, of course. Vibrate, mute. There we go, got it. Alright. He scrambles around to pick up everything he dropped. I don't really need anything else here. I should probably go back to my room. As I'm thinking that, I notice Ellen sitting at a table with a stack of books, scowling down at one that she has open. Is she doing a research project? I haven't had any assigned in my classes. Is there extra tuition somewhere I don't know about? William asked me to try and get to know her, and I haven't really done much of that so far. I seat myself across from the table and speak softly. After all, this is a library. Are you writing a paper? Huh? I tip my head towards a stack of books. What class assigned that? Oh no, it's not a paper. It's for class. I was just reading. If it's recreational, why was she scowling? Virginia, my roommate, said that witches don't celebrate Columbus Day. She said history was different here, but I'm not sure what she meant. The past is the past. It's already happened. It can't change, can it? So I'm trying to find references in the school history books, but no one ever mentions Columbus. So Virginia's right. So was she right that wizards have a taboo about saying his name? She makes things up sometimes. Who's Columbus? What? Oh, I suppose he wouldn't be very important where you're from. I don't know if that's true. I never attended a low world school. She shifts her shoulders, taking up a lecturer's demeanour. Christopher Columbus was a Spanish explorer, or maybe Italian, but he sailed for Spain. He led one of the first expeditions across the sea from Europe to America, when people in Europe didn't know it existed. He was looking for Japan, but he found the Caribbean instead. He was actually pretty terrible. He killed all the Native Americans, he could, or kidnapped them for slaves. Served the explorers right they all got syphilis. She realizes what she just said and turns pink. It's not hard to guess how and why slave traders picked up a sexual disease. I wave my hand to brush that away and encourage her to continue. Anyway, he's considered important because he discovered America, and today would be a holiday for him, in the normal world. So I'm trying to find out what's different here. Did you ask the librarian? That's how I got these books, but they don't have any answers. At least I'm not seeing them. Well, I'm sorry I can't help. I know even less about it than you do. Actually, you should ask Minnie Cochran. I bet she could explain. That's the kind of thing she'd want to do in her assemblies, isn't it? I don't want to bother her. I think she'd be glad to know someone was interested. Maybe. Thanks. I leave her to her project. Yep. Oh boy. I'm liking all of these new things that we're getting. Of course we're getting a lot of new things. We've done a lot of new things, but like this just goes to show how branching this the storyline is. This game is. This is amazing. I wonder when development on this game started. It can't have started in 2011. That would be 9 years development time. But also I don't know how big the team is on this, so it could be. I don't know. I'm not judging either way. In the middle of the night, I wake up with the need to visit the toilet. This won't take long. I pull on my robes and my socks. The floors can be cold even during the day. I step out into the hall, and then I hear something odd. Footsteps. Running? Why would someone be running in the halls at this hour of the night? Are they coming this way? I peer out into the darkness as the footsteps grow closer, unsure what to do. There's a flicker of movement at the far end of the corridor. And then the footsteps are past. Gone, receding. Whoever it was just ran past Wolf Hall completely. Are they being chased? I can't hear anything else, but depending on what it is, I might not. It doesn't really have anything to do with me. Follow. I'll have to be quick. You know what, we're going to ignore it this time. We did this first time, so we're not going to do it this time. I'm just going to do my business and go back to sleep. Did that really? No, no. You know what? We're gonna follow the footsteps. Out of nowhere, some force shoves me backwards. My sock feet slipped out from under me, and I crashed down onto the hallway floor. Did someone just attack me? I scramble up as fast as I can, but my socks keep wanting to slide on the smooth surface underfoot. I don't want to know what happened. I didn't see anyone. It must have been magic, but where was the spellcaster? Was he invisible? It's already dark out here. It wouldn't take much illusion or someone to hide, and with true sight, you could see straight through any magical darkness. Oh, why didn't I think of that? I invoke the spell, but I don't see anything new. Maybe it wasn't illusion, or maybe I'm just too late. I listen, but I don't hear anything else. Quietly now I ease my way to the next turning and peer down the hall. Nothing. No one. Was someone there at all? Was it a phantasm or a shadow? Or just a prank of some sort? Well, without more clues, I can't know. I return to my own hall, but I keep my eyes open just in case. More blue magic? Today you'll be learning the Spell of Darkness, which allows you to remove all visibility from a small area. Magical darkness is not simply the absence of light, it is the antithesis. Darkness is absolute. Creatures who rely on visual find complete darkness highly disorienting. This includes most wizards. Unless you have special training or other senses to draw on, you can neither navigate nor target effectively in darkness. You have experienced these difficulties in the dungeons below. The same disadvantages will affect other creatures. Your opponent may lose the ability to attack you. A spell of light will banish the darkness from an area, but that is not your only tool. With true sight you can bypass the darkness and see things as they are, while others may not, but only for a moment. What helps may hinder. Use your tools wisely. Cool, so we can combine this with true sight to see through our own darkness, without removing it. What did I run into last night? Another student, most likely. But why attack me? I wasn't involved in whatever was going on. I was just trying to see what was happening. Whoever didn't want to be caught. He was running away, but not just from me. Because it was the runnings I heard in the first place. What were they running from? I didn't see anyone following. Maybe he'd done something bad and was just trying to get away from the scene of the crime? I didn't hear any uproar today, but it might have been only a prank. I don't go out at night very often. Maybe there's another reason for people to run by Wolf Hall in the dark. Who would know? We'll leave it. Well, it probably doesn't matter anyway. I mean, we know who that is. That's Barbara. She likes to run in the halls and do harmless practice. More blue magic, excellent. I'm trying to organise my papers when I hear a knock on the door. It's Minnie! Hello, Charles. Hi. Can you meet me tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock? We need to talk about the dark dance. Can't we talk about it now? No, I've got rounds to make. I need to go all around the doors and speak to everyone about the study sessions and see if they have any other problems to address. Should I help with that? It sounds like a presidential responsibility. No, it's fine, I'm on top of it. So if you're at my room at 9, we'll have time to go over all the planning before I have to go to the library and do tutoring. Butterfly Hall, left side, third door from the end. Just knock, I'll be awake. Don't come before 9, I have to get breakfast, got it? Okay, bye. She hurries away. I guess I'll see her in the morning then. Alright. Minnie asked me to meet her this morning, so I have to get up early. If this meeting doesn't take too long, I might still be able to get breakfast in the cafeteria instead of having to wait for lunch. I wandered down to Butterfly Hall and knock on the door as I was told to. The door opens, and a girl steps out. Yes? Pastel Rao, the only student at Iris Academy who I'd actually met before coming to the school. The one person who has a chance of recognizing me, and therefore the last person who I want to speak to up close. Of all the doors in the school, why did I have to accidentally knock on hers? I was looking for Minnie Cochran. Just a minute, I'll get her. She steps back inside and closes the door. She's Minnie's roommate? Oh, what terrible luck. The last time we saw each other must have been 10 years... She must have been 10 years old. The mother was yet on another tour around the world, and they stopped to pay their respects to my parents, which turned into a week-long visit. Considering the things I've learnt about Pastel's mother, I don't want to think about that visit too much. It's my parents' business, not mine. We didn't interact much at the time, Pastel and I. My family was providing hospitality, so it was my responsibility to offer to entertain her, but she mostly stayed in her room and played with her own toys. Still, I recognized her immediately. With her mother's eyes and her father's sylph wings, she's unmistakable. I hope I didn't make much of an impression on her back then. She doesn't seem to recognize me, but if she's Minnie's roommate, and we keep having to run into each other... The door opens again, this time revealing the person I was actually looking for. Hi, Charles. Let's go to the conference room. Jacob will be done with it by now. Jacob? He has to get up first thing on Saturday to sort out all the mail and cash allotments for delivery. That's the treasurer's job. Sounds like he's been doing a lot more council work already than I have. Come on, this way. She leads me into an empty room. Alright, where to begin? Do you celebrate Samhain in your country, or All Souls Day? No, that's not one of our traditions. Some people wear Halloween costumes for fun, but they get that from American television. Well, this is held on Halloween night, but isn't about the costumes, at least not usually. The Dark Dance is a ritual which combines the European celebrations of departed ancestors with the local respect for the spirits. We offer an invitation to the Jogao. It's a term for certain classes of otherworld beings, to cross the threshold and dance with us. A summoning ritual. Opening a gate to the otherworld and pulling creatures through sound like a very dangerous dance. No, that would be rude. It's an invitation, not a demand. The reason it's a dark dance is that we promise not to look at them. We make them welcome, and they can come, or not, as they choose. It was originally practiced by people who weren't wizards, you see, so it could have caused panic if they saw the Jogao clearly. In modern times, American families will hold their own small ceremonies on Halloween, but we arrange a larger one for the school. We have to celebrate a mythical atmosphere that gives the... we have to create a mystical atmosphere that gives the impression of being on the borders of the other world, to make both worlds alike. Then, throughout the night, we celebrate in the dark, never knowing who or what our partners might be. All night long? If you stay awake until dawn, you're supposed to receive a blessing. And classes will be cancelled the next day. Oh, so we'll get a chance to sleep it off. Alright. What do we as the student council need to do? Well, each class usually contributes to a part of the atmosphere for the dance, the decorations, the music, so on. I'm not sure how much decoration they need in the dance. We'll all have to meet soon to determine which class will have which task, so I thought you and I should talk and agree first. Is it alright if we try to do the incense? Since the whole thing is new to me, it's hard to muster any other opinion. Sure. Okay, great. Once we get the official assignment, we can talk about what sort of incense we want, and then get Jacob to order it. I've got to get ready for the library, but if you want to know any more about the Dark Dance, come and ask and I can find you a book. No, that's alright. Okay, bye. She rushes off. Well, after I grab some breakfast, what should I do today? Study. We're gonna study. She is assisting students in the library. Study with her. Red magic we learned. Excellent. Trying to work out what to write in my next letter home. I've stayed up later than I intended. I can't call this evening anymore. It's night and I should get to bed. As I start to prepare, I do hear footsteps in the hall outside. They walk past my door and keep going. Who is out there? Quietly, I crack open the door and peer outside, just in time to see a figure disappear around the corner. I only saw him for a moment, but that was definitely William's ponytail. Does this have something to do with the person or whatever that attacked me the other night? What is he up to? Sneak after him. He's got his boots on, so I don't, and I don't. If I'm quiet, he wouldn't hear me. I cast a quick silence spell to muffle any sound I make, just in case. Leaving my door ajar, I follow William down the dark passageways. Luckily for me, he's just walking along, not checking behind him or making any attempt at stealth. He doesn't seem worried about being caught or followed. He's not walking towards the other sleeping halls. He's heading past upper-level classrooms. They aren't his goal either. At last he comes to a door. An exit door. From the location this goes out behind the building. I don't think I've ever been there. I slide swiftly along the floor to catch the door before it closes and ease myself out after him. There's a little courtyard, mostly surrounded by buildings. Unlike the decorative flower arrangements out front. Here there is nothing but grass. A paved path leads away into the shadow of the trees. That's where William's headed. I squint into the gloom, and there's another smaller building over that way. What is it? I'm so busy trying to see what's up ahead, I trip over a loose stone in the path. But thanks to my spell earlier, I don't make a sound and William doesn't notice. In William's shadow, I approach the strange building, which appears to be a shrine, which appears to shine and glimmer brightly in the moonlight. Is it enchanted somehow? Holding my breath, I pass through the door. Oh, it's her, a greenhouse. Professor Potsdam's greenhouse. This must be where Potsdam stores plants that aren't on display. And there are other students already here to greet William. Hello! Oh, are you bringing a new member? What? And now he turns and notices me. Charles, what are you doing here? Following you. You shouldn't. You do not like poetry? I like some poetry. Well, there are good poets and bad poets. I like some of it. This is a poetry club. We meet at night to perform dramatic readings. Is that what you want? Sure, sounds like fun, honestly. Sure, I'd like that. Then I suppose you may as well stay. Oh good, you are joining. Then Tyrannus won't be lonely. The Lenchi kid. Is it safe for him to recite poetry with his bloodline? Poetry is meant to be shared, and secrets are meant to be kept. Do you promise to never tell anyone where the midnight poets meet? You can tell someone you're one of us if you trust them, but you can't tell about the meetings. You have to bring them here. A magical promise is a solemn oath that can't be broken without severe consequences, but they're being careful not to ask for too much. I promise. We do have a rule. No love poems. Any other sort of poetry is okay, but since you probably didn't bring anything, you can just listen. I hope you like it. We settle back and wait for the other members to arrive. Oh, there's Tyrannus. It's a small group. Tyrannus turns out to be the only other freshman. He glares at me, but the other members seem happy to have me present. One by one, members stand up to recite the poem they had planned for the evening. Many are funny, some are philosophical. Remember me when I am gone away, gone far away into the silent land. And after that, everyone sits around for a while talking about how their week has gone, and then we all break up to sneak back to our dorms. It seems I've joined my first secret society! Oh my goodness! Oh, that's amazing! We've joined a secret society and we didn't even intend to! Oh. At the end of the week, I have the chance to prepare new things I've learned or make reviews for whatever. Cool. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I didn't expect to join a secret society, if I'm honest with you. Also, my voice is dying, so it's cracking every which way, left, right, and center. Thank you, Professor Potsdam, for inspiring an accent in me, or not even an accent. It's just a way of speaking that is brutal to my voice box. But thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Take care.